tell in a story form. Like I am learner, it's not like everything I know, whatever I'm getting from other YouTube channels and other things, and any sentence which I like most, I always try to pick them and try to make a story. You are quite consistent.
Thank you.
Since you have started journey, I think you don't have taken any kind of pause or any break.
No.
Yeah, that is a best thing. Everybody who just want to achieve anything, that is the consistency where I am lacking. I am not that consistent. So it's happened most of the time. It's happened. So how's your channel going on? It's thriving.
As usual.
Okay, it's going on the same pace.
Yes, same page.
Okay. So what you are doing right now to enhance your communication apart from these video conversation? Any new techniques you have adopted?
Yes, ma'am, of course. Every single day I have read so many stories.
Great. What kind of stories?
Yeah, random English book where I have been teaching my student. So I have taken, his and her, class book, English book.
Okay.
So I have read this type of book. So it's very good for me.
Okay. Means you have started reading the books of your students and now you are trying to convert it on your own words and you are trying to write it.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you seen any kind of changes after applying this technique?
Actually, during reading, I've been observing English, sentence transformation. How sentence has been constructed. These are things I'm noticing. Preposition, conjunction. These are things I'm noticing. Okay, noticing during reading. These are things, and having vocabulary as well. Many of new vocabulary I'm getting this way.
Yeah, I think this is the right approach. Once you get the command and once you get the confidence, now I can speak. But when we come to write, we face such kind of problem like preposition, like conjunction, what we can do. And I think beauty of the writing is that you can get the time to think. Because when you are having a conversation, you are spontaneous. You can't take pauses to think. But while writing, you can beautify your thoughts while using the good structure which we have learned. As we are in the learning process, every day we learn something new. But while writing, I think most writing part is more difficult than speaking. What is your opinion?
Yeah, according to me, you are right. It's very difficult to write into the correct way, along with grammar. A spoken, somehow we manage the situation because
Yeah,
other sides people always are willing to understand. Okay, they are just trying to get the meaning, and
yeah.
accordingly they take action. But in written skill, you have to be very careful, to have write every sentences along with grammar into the correct way. Because
Yes, yes.
anything happened, you would be the responsible for it, no one others.
Yeah, I think if we talk about speaking, we have a person that who is understanding. We are getting from her face or his face that that person is getting what I am trying to do. So sometimes we can manage with the such kind of fillers. But while writing, the problem is that we can't use these fillers.
Yes, you are
Yeah,
going
that
to
is I
take
think.
all responsibility.
Yeah, you are listener, you are speaker. Both you are. So both conversation you have to do. That is I think the challenge and itself a plus point. And by this we can make our thought more constructive, I think. Because when I was writing journal and such kind of things, I used to get stuck many times. Suppose I just want to express a long sentence, then where I need to take a pause, where I need to mention that comma, that inverted comma. These are the things which can bother us while writing. But once I think when we get into the this, we get command. And I think the small storybooks are the best things to incorporate such kind of habits.
Yes, that's the reason I have been taking such a book because it's constructed in a easy manner. You can easily understand everything. That's the reason I prefer such a book.
Yeah, I think this is the mistake which every learner, like we are beginner, we make mistakes whenever we try to learn this language. We always follow the other YouTuber, like reading, and we go with the foreign authors, we immediately buy and we started reading. And by the time, I think within 1 month or 2 months, we started losing our interest. It's very common. We are human being. When until and unless we don't get something interested, we are not going to do it for a longer period of time. But when we
Yeah,
go with the small stories, I think this is the best one, that it can hold your interest when you are
yes.
reading the story.
Yeah, you are right, ma'am. This is the reason also behind it. Because learning, I mean, reading a very easy things, it will maintain your interest. Okay,
Yeah.
at the end of all stories, and you can easily finish. So you get a different kinds of, feeling. Oh my God, I have read entire books within less
Yeah.
period of time.
Self satisfaction, a kind of accomplishment, feeling of accomplishment that I have done something. Writing
Yeah,
course book and writing your self thought is quite different.
yeah, you're right, ma'am.
Yeah.
And nowadays, I would say like a few things I used to write ever, like my daily activities, and some of time I always try to create some stories by my
Okay.
own. Yes,
So, do you
related.
feel that when you are writing your stories, so now when you are speaking and telling your everyday activity, is it easy for you now since you have started writing it?
Actually, not relevant things I used to write. Most
Okay.
of the time, I just suddenly I created some different stories by my own. Try to fix my new vocabulary into that, and try to construct into the right way all sentences with
Okay.
grammar. So these are attempt I and put my effort in order to create. I mean, write the right sentence. So these are
Oh,
things I used to do often.
very interesting. Sound interesting. It means you are not writing your daily routine, because daily routine is quite fixed. What you are trying to do, you are trying to create your an imaginary situation where you can incorporate the new vocabs and the structure formation you have learned.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, this is the right, I think, approach, because it is your things. You can apply any tools and techniques and any vocab and the phrasal verb while you're this thing. I also do the same thing whenever I try to make any short. So from last 2 months, I have not been making any short, but in the short, what I am trying to always, like maybe in a structure one like that, we are having a conversation. So from two, from here there, and then I create my short, and this way I am also learning. I think this way I am also getting some new vocab, advanced structure, which can make you a native speaker, advanced speaker, which is more important
Yeah.
nowadays. Only having conversation is not a big deal. What kind of conversation you are having, that is more important, I think.
Yes, because most of the learner often try to express self in front of the mirror this way, talking to
Yeah.
self. That is when they have started imagination about random things and try to just creating sentence relevant of their vocabulary or whatever they learned before. Try to inculcate into this, right? The same thing I used to use in my written skill. Same pattern. It would be more effective and profound over my communication. Right.
No, it's really it gives the impact. And when you write thing, I think it's become your permanent vocabulary. In the treasure of vocabulary, it get permanent. Don't you feel it? Sometimes it get we get bored writing. Like after two, three writing 2, 3 lines, we feel like okay, I will write it later on. It's happened with you.
Yeah, it happens with me, but somehow I convince myself because whatever, things are very important of your life, often you get very lazy feeling into this. So I convince myself whether I want or not, but I have to do this. This is my routine, and you can say this is my discipline routine. What I inculcate in my day-to-day life, no matter what situation I'm going to receive, but I have to maintain my consistency to the same direction.
Yeah.
So
And yeah, very valid point you have said. And as we are human, so human has a kind of tendency. Even our brain has a kind of tendency. Whenever you try to do something good for yourself, Not bad thing, brain will automatically say, okay, go ahead. But whenever we try to do something good for ourselves, we always feel a kind of hurdles, like lamentation, like laziness. Okay, I don't feel like, and we don't get the happiness. Like
Yeah,
if I talk about diet, if I talk about exercise, in any terms, always mind will always divert you to the other direction, which is not good for us, like healthy eating. These are the so many things. But one thing I have observed, once you get command over this, after 10 or 15 days, or maybe 1 month, it can take maybe 1 month or 2 months, you will started liking this process. So I think
yeah,
it's all about how you train your mind. Yes, don't think mind is your slave. You can make your mind your slave, but other most of the time, mind is behaving like a boss. And when you go for the, if you like to drink, if you like to smoke, you will not face any kind of problem. But once you try to wake up early in the morning, 4 o'clock, you will feel like, oh my God, it's a big task. Don't you think so?
yeah, it happens. I think often with me, but somehow I always remind my previous decision. What I, what type of decision I took before starting my journey. Because if I want to be a sufficient into this language, so I have to put each and every effort in order to be good into this. So yeah, this way I always remind my memories.
Yeah, it's right. If you want to be a normal speaker, then you can go with this way. But if you really want to make a profound speaker, and who is giving the impact while speaking, that is the more important. Like fluency is not that much important. What kind of vocab and how you are impacting the people, I think that is the more important thing while your learning journey. And you have achieved, I think, a lot.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you are so
Uh,
consistent. I have seen your videos.
yeah, ma'am. Because I have, early in the time, I had a created as a region in my life, as you know. So becoming as a YouTuber, it's you have a taken as a responsibility to put every single day your effort over your communication. You have to make content for others. That is called responsibility. If you have been, following, I mean, doing your responsibility every single day, that is mean you're going to be very proficient into this and giving the better shape of your life, your profession. So that's the
Yeah.
reason I every single day I have to active into this.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't get any kind of comments or such kind of things, like from the people.
No, no, every people I think commenting me good comment, I would say. I'm not getting any negative comments.
Oh, okay, it's great because you always make always positive comments whenever somebody whom you know, you always try to make good comments. I have seen many others YouTubers, so it's a very commendable thing. And I think every person who has, if I talk about myself, I was not consistent from last. I think I told you from last 2 months, so it was very bad thing. But yeah, I have restarted because somewhere I feel that if I have started a YouTube channel, those who have subscribed my channel, they somewhere they were finding that there is something new, there is something good. That's why I have subscribed this channel. And they would not get that things, what would be the impact? So there was some reason, so I have started my journey again. So I don't know how long I am going to be, but I have crossed my finger that I am going to so long. So really, it's really commendable thing and very good point you have raised, that if you have started something, it's your responsibility to keep yourself updated. Something or the other, you should try every day something new. You should try to inculcate new vocabulary, each and everything what you are trying to learn. Yeah, that
Yeah,
is a good thing.
because this is the certainty like taking responsibility in your life, you're going to be a very sincere towards. Okay. And if you do not have any type of responsibility, so you become careless. Okay. So if you really want to change yourself during time, yeah, learning any skill, so you have to put the reason inside of your life.
Yeah.
So I have taken as a responsibility of creating content every single day for learners. So this is called, according to me, this is my responsibility. That's the reason I have to be active. Not myself, for them, for all of them.
Yeah, it's really very, very well said that when you have started something, it's your responsibility. towards your viewers, towards your subscribers, and for yourself also. Because you have started something with a thought that I am going to be a good speaker. With that thought, you have started and you have aim, like main thing that you have aim that I want to do this thing. And for that, consistency is the only key, which is very hard to get. For every
Yeah,
human, it's really very hard to get consistency. So
it's
because
very.
yeah,
Mm.
continue.
No, ma'am, it's very easy to say I have to be consistent towards my communication towards any field, but no one follows. Telling very easy, but doing very hard. Okay, so you have to
Yeah,
do, whether you say or not doesn't matter, but you have to do this. That will define how better you can be in your future.
yeah, yeah, very well said. Your today's effort will define you, because the more you will consistent, the more product, the more I would say that success you will get in your future. And it is happened. Everybody can't be Sachin Tendulkar. Everybody have most of the people have started their journey with the cricket, but nobody can be. So there are very few numbers in the millions and billions, I can say. So this is the thing. Only the consistency. I think the positive approach, that is the more important.
Yeah, ma'am, you're right. Most of the
Positive.
people have a different reasons to show others, giving excuse so many excuse of their related of their life matters or many things are there to give in others. But nothing will happen to say your personal issues with others. Okay? Because they
Hmm.
have already so many issues. Right. So there is no benefit of sharing your personal issues. It's better just neglect your stories and issues. Try to do that thing that is very important, imperative for your life. On
Yeah, very well.
particular times, on certain times, you must be received, achieved your goal.
Yeah, and nobody is here to listen your problems, and everybody has their own problem, as you told that they have their own problem in their life. So if they would get again the problem, so why would they watch our video? They are here to learn something new. They are not here to, yeah, what kind of problems we are facing. And if we talk about our problems and such kind of things, they would not come, because they say we have already demotivated and we are looking for something which can motivate us, which can give some positive vibes. So if we are not getting to, what is the use of wasting my time and such kind of things like data we are wasting. So yeah, it's very valid point that we should always keep our problems aside. That's why I was not making video, because I was not in the mood of making. So I can't. Yeah, one thing that is I just want to add, if you are not in the situation, it's not like you should only deliver anything. That should be a criteria also, but you feel like that I am not in the mood, or maybe any reason or many problem there would be, so you should not throw anything in front of viewers. That is
Yeah.
also our moral responsibility. Whatever you are delivering, it should be concrete, it should be something they are getting from your videos. That is the more concern. If you are not in the happy mood, you are facing any kind of issue, you are not going to deliver your best.
Yeah, ma'am, you're right. Because we are human, we have gotten the better ability to optimize self situationally.
Yeah,
Whether we are stuck in a bad situation in reality or not, but we have the talent of creating good character situationally in front of
yeah,
the people. So for a while, you can give the better relief to the people while talking, while discussing any matter, and keep aside your all anxiety and complication, because these are things you're personal, okay, and nobody want to listen from you, right? Because they have already so many things. But instead
yeah,
of they have been hiding that thing, right? Keep aside, and they just come to you for having such a kinds of relief or happiness during in conversation, right?
yes,
Just do the productive conversation, so that will be very beneficial both of sides, right?
yeah. And this point is very important, that being a human being, we have this ability that we can immediately switch our mood if we want, if we are really willing and we are focused that this is my task. So no matter what is my inner soul is facing, I have to come up with the confident person in front of camera or in front of people, anyone. And I think only human have such kind of tendency. No animal can do such kind of things. So we can switch our personality as per the situation. And God has given this talent. And if we talk about heroes, they also have kind of problems, and but how they are showing their talent in front of the camera. So yeah, very valid point. No matter what kind of problems you are having, but if you have any responsibility and being a human, you have such kind of guts that you can overcome such kind of things if you are going to do something productive and if you have any responsibility towards viewers, subscriber, anyone. So you should keep your anxiety, your problems aside and just be happy and with the smiling face start your work. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. According to me, this is the art of maintaining your positiveness every time, whether are you stuck in bad situation or not. It doesn't matter. This is an art you can consider, and we have to learn because this art will help you in entire life. Right. It will help
Yeah.
you to maintain your situation equally, whether are you stuck in any difficult times or in a good situation. Doesn't matter. You have the good ability to hold yourself equally in both of sides, in both of situations.
Yeah. This is
Right.
the thing I think technique you need to learn that how you can overcome your diverse situation and you can give a positive vibes and you come up with a positive attitude that is helpful for your, and I think it will help you to cope up with your problems also. If you are in any problem but you know that now this is high time I have to do this thing, so you would be able to handle that diverse situation, those hurdles and odds what you are facing in your life, that will be helpful. And it, if with the positive attitude I think you would be able to slower down your pain also, pain and anxiety. I think it is that is the helpful things. Yeah, really, it's nice talking we were having, and it's very important. Everybody knows, and everybody is facing such kind of thing, but we should know how to overcome such kind of problem.
Yes, ma'am, you're right. That's the way we are going to learn and aware a lot of things, which is very imperative of our life. Right. And without discussing, we are not having to have clarity towards life or towards any matters, which is more essential for our growth. Right.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
if
Deepak, I
we
just
have the
sorry to
yes,
disturb you. I just want to know, like you have been having conversation from long time. So has this kind of conversation changed anything in your perspective? Like you had conversation with many people, any particular thing from a learner or a speaker you have gotten which you have inculcate in your personality?
yeah, ma'am, of course. Having these kinds of conversation, I'm going to learn humans' mentality, their perception, their opinion, their character, so many things I'm going to aware. Yeah.
Okay. Any other, any specific point or any thought of any person which you thought, okay, this is a really right good thing and I need to inculcate, and you incorporate that things in your personality. Has it
Yeah.
ever happened?
Yes, ma'am. One thing, how to maintain our smiley face.
Okay. Who
That is
told you
called
how to?
very effective, I would say, because your face it will relieve other side people. Okay, it's very important, especially in your conversation. If you smiley do conversation with any people, so they are very comfortable with you, and they
Yeah,
try to
definitely.
they try to openly talk to you and sharing so many things with you.
Yeah,
So
very
things I
well.
love.
This is the point that people connect with you by observing only your face and personality. Secondly, they will come what kind of people you are after having a conversation with you. But the first instruction is your face.
Yes,
Yeah. So I think face is your, USP. So you need to come with that thought kid, okay, whomsoever I'm going to talk, I should welcome that person with a smile so that I can give the positive vibe. So yeah, very valid point. Always maintain a smile, no matter what kind of anxiety, problem, hardship you are facing in your life. And it's a part of our life. Ups and downs are part of our life. There is always a brighter side from a darker side.
yes, ma'am. You're right. And I think, ma'am, one thing I noticed, you also have improved a lot. Yeah,
Seriously?
really. Yes, ma'am.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I'm just trying to be more mature in terms of speaking. Yeah, I'm trying to. Earlier, I used to speak very fluently. Still, I am speaking very fluently. But one thing I have observed from many speakers, the more slow you will speak, the more impact you are would be able to give. That is the more. If you want to get depth in your thoughts, you should try to be little bit slower. while speaking.
Yes, you are right, ma'am. Then you are being able to consider to the right way, the right sentences situationally you can deliver.
Yeah,
In hurry way, you are not considering such a nice vocab and sentences and vocabulary, whatever you learned before. Right.
yeah.
So always speak very calm and composed way.
And I have seen that they are very good speaker. They are able to clear their thought, they are able to speak their whatever they are feeling in a very calm and composed way while speaking slow only. So it's not very much required. If you want to showcase that you are really fluent, you need to go with the fluency. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is the thing. That is the thing which I have observed. And I have observed that when I was speaking earlier, still I am doing such kind of mistake, despite knowing that this is the error which I am making again and again. But I was always in the flow. I was not able to maintain thoughts which I am getting and what I am speaking. The balance I was not able to. The thoughts were coming back to back and I was just trying to translate them. So while doing such kind of things, I was making many silly mistakes which I was aware that these are the mistakes which I am making. So I have realized when I have settled down my space and speed, so I have find less mistakes. Still mistakes are here because we are learner. Nobody is perfect, so we will not do the mistakes, so there would be no scope for learning. If we are making mistakes, that is a good track that we are on the learning process.
yes, ma'am. There is no need to worry for that. This is a minor issue, and gradually you are going to improve that. I know
Yeah.
that. Yes,
Now we
this is a
can
lot.
give best luck to each other for our journey.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Always be happy and be positive and maintain your positive attitude. That's very imperative.
Yeah, I always try to maintain. It's not that easy, yeah, but we if we try to, we can do anything. We can do anything.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for connecting with me. And if you allow me, then I can post this content